Welcome to the deep dive. Okay, so AI. It's everywhere lately, isn't it?
It really is hard to avoid the conversation.
Exactly. And the big question, the one we're really digging into today is, well, can humans and AI actually coexist?
Hmm.
Or is AI, eventually going to replace us?
Right. And our goal here isn't just to skim the surface. We've looked at some really insightful material.
Material that gets into the real capabilities, but also the limitations.
Precisely. We want to unpack that for you, the listener, and figure out what this human AI relationship might actually look like and what it means for you.
Okay, let's jump in. One of the first things that really stood out, I think, from the sources is this idea that, yeah, AI is super fast, super smart,
Incredibly powerful processing, yeah.
but it still fundamentally needs us. It needs human input, human expertise.
Absolutely. Take doctors, for example. Our sources mention this quite a bit. AI might spot a tiny anomaly on a scan, something easy to miss.
Earlier detection, potentially.
Yes, huge potential there. But then what? It's the human doctor who takes that data point, puts it into the context of the whole patient,
Right, their history, how they're feeling.
and provides that hope, that comfort, the actual care. AI can't replicate that empathy.
No, it's just data analysis at that point.
Exactly. It's a tool, a very sophisticated one, like advanced pattern recognition, but still a tool in the doctor's kit.
We see a similar pattern in creative fields too, don't we? Like with writers.
Yeah, that came up as well. Writers might use AI to, say, break through writer's block.
Generate some plot twists or maybe suggest different ways to phrase something.
Sure, like a digital brainstorming partner. But the actual, the art of it, crafting the story, finding that unique voice, making the reader feel something.
That's still a human, right? That emotional depth.
Totally. AI can augment the process, maybe speed things up, but it doesn't have its own story to tell, not in the human sense.
It's like that example with the farmers in Pakistan using the AI weather apps,
Oh, right. That was interesting. The AI gives them super accurate forecasts,
helping them figure out the best time to irrigate, save water.
which is crucial, saves resources, improves the crop yield. But again, the AI provides the data.
But the farmer uses their own knowledge, right,
Mhm.
about their specific land, their crops.
Exactly. They make the final call. And this leads to a really key point in the sources. AI isn't necessarily replacing people wholesale.
It's replacing, or maybe outpacing, those who refuse to adapt.
That seems to be the angle. Those unwilling to learn how to use these new tools might get left behind. Not everyone, but those resistant to change.
It brings us to maybe the most fundamental difference highlighted.
The lack of actual subjective experience, consciousness.
Yeah, emotions. The source material was pretty clear. AI doesn't feel joy. It can't cry. It doesn't fall in love.
It can process the word love, analyze millions of texts about it, identify patterns.
But it doesn't understand the feeling, the experience itself.
No. It lacks that internal state, well, the sources almost implied a kind of soul, for lack of a better word, that deep emotional core that drives so much of what we do.
So AI is this incredibly powerful analytical engine.
But humans provide the meaning, the context, the emotion, the human touch.
Okay, so if that's the landscape, what are the practical takeaways for you listening? It sounds like the sources aren't saying panic.
Definitely not panic. More like engage, be proactive.
How so? What do they suggest?
Well, start small, experiment with some of the free tools out there, things like ChatGPT for maybe drafting an email or brainstorming.
Or Canva for some basic design help?
Yeah.
CapCut for simple video edits.
Exactly. You don't need to become an AI developer overnight. Just start using them for basic tasks, get a feel for what they can do.
Like maybe ask yourself,
Yeah.
what's one little thing I do regularly
Yeah.
where an AI tool could potentially help out?
Right, just start exploring. Because the core message seems to be about collaboration, not competition.
Yeah, I liked how one source put it. It's not humans versus AI.
It's AI plus humans versus ignorance.
That really sums it up, doesn't it? Combining our strengths.
Our ingenuity, our emotional intelligence, our critical thinking, boosted by AI's speed and data crunching power.
Leveraging the best of both worlds.
That seems to be the suggested path forward. A future where we coexist and, ideally, achieve more together.
So the final thought for you maybe is to just consider, how can you start to play with these tools? Not to be replaced, but to enhance what you already do.
Yeah, how can you integrate AI, even in a small way, to augment your own abilities and, stay ahead of the curve in this changing world? It's about adapting and finding your place alongside AI.